Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Tuesday, April 4th. According to Ian Rappaport, Rap Sheet, NFL Network, Tennessee edge defender Byron Young met with the Jaguars on Tuesday. Byron Young is one of several pass rushers the Jaguars have met with in this pre-draft lead-up. You talk about Keon White, talk about Nolan Smith, some other guys as well. The Jags have shown a lot of interest in pass rushers. So stands to reason when you look at some of the guys that they've met with pre-draft, when you talk about Doug Peterson meeting with the media at the owners' meetings, telling the media that one of their biggest needs on the entire roster is pass rush, being able to get off the field on third down. He wants the team to be able to do that better in 2023, and they've lost Arden Key. DeJuan Smoot, whether he returns to Jacksonville or not, he is going to miss some time. It's going to take him some time to recover from that December Achilles injury. So yeah, Jaguars, they need pass rush, no doubt about it. And so you look at them kind of meeting with a lot of these pass rushers that are going to be in the draft. And the most recent one, again, according to Ian Rappaport, Byron Young out of Tennessee, 11.7% pass rush win rate. Not where you'd like to see it, certainly, from Byron Young. Shorter arms at 32.5 inches. Again, not really what you're looking for. And he's going to turn 25 as a rookie. He's an older prospect. These are things that are working against Byron Young out of Tennessee as a prospect, as an edge rushing prospect entering the league. But a rare athlete, a unique athlete, similarly wound to a Nolan Smith, right? A little bit more weight on him than Nolan Smith, a little less pure speed and explosiveness, but his speed and explosiveness off the charts. You look at his mock draftable spider chart, 98th percentile in his 40-yard dash. 91st percentile in his vertical jump, 98th percentile in his broad jump. There is legitimate speed and explosiveness from Tennessee's Byron Young that he's going to bring to the table to whichever team decides to pick him up in the NFL draft at the end of the month. He does bring natural leverage to the table at 6'2", 250 pounds, but again, 32.5-inch arms, you don't love that. But with his athleticism and his shorter stature, he is able to get up under some offensive tackles at times and win that way. This is now two guys, when you talk about Nolan Smith and Byron Young, that the Jaguars are meeting with that have less than ideal size and length on the edge. Does it mean Trent Baalke might look to become more flexible with his length and size thresholds when it comes to the draft? Only time will tell. We'll see if the Jaguars are able to target and draft either of these guys, or they could potentially be trying to find out more information about other prospects by meeting with these two. But Byron Young, he's raw from a hand usage standpoint. He's undersized, shorter arms, and he's not a great run defender right now. And again, he is an older prospect, but has the speed and flexibility to bend the edge. And that's what he is right now. He's a pure speed rusher. His goal on most pass rushing downs, when it's one-on-one, he is trying to get to the top of the arc and flatten. And you see the ability to do that. He shows that. He flashes that regularly, but does not win quite enough to be looked at as a guy who, again, at an older age with shorter arms, is going to command like first or second round type of draft value. And again, right now, purely a speed rusher. One thing he can do, he can stunt inside. He's got the athleticism. He's got the experience doing that. The Jaguars have shown they like to employ some games up front. So you could be looking at a guy, if he does come here to Jacksonville, that can get upfield, bend the edge at the top of the arc and get to the quarterback, and a guy who can win on stunts and games up front. But for me, again, still a lot more of a project than most of the pass rushers you've talked about the Jaguars meeting with. Definitely a lot more of a project than Nolan Smith. When you compare the two, Nolan Smith has way better hand usage. He's a younger football player. He's more athletic. He's better against the run. Just everything is kind of adding up in Nolan Smith's favor. And that's really not a surprise. And that's why I really wouldn't consider a Byron Young out of Tennessee until the third day of the draft. Now, I will not be shocked if he comes off the board in the third round because, again, his athletic traits are rare. 4.43 speed at edge is rare. 38-inch vert at edge is rare. 132-inch broad jump at edge, it's rare. He is a unique athlete at the edge position. But is he a refined pass rusher? No, he's not. And he's an older prospect. Again, going to turn 25 years old during his rookie season. Neither he nor Nolan Smith is really bulky built, as you would say. They don't have the size or length you're looking for when it comes to Trent Baalke draft picks. But we'll see. Can a Jaguar change his spots? We will find out in late April. Thank y'all so much for tuning in here to another Jaguars prospect preview, if you will. One thing I will leave you with here. When you talk about the most comparable athletic profiles for some of the guys that Byron Young compares to, Nolan Smith is obviously up there. Boye Mafia, second-round pick by the Seattle Seahawks last year, up there. Yasir Abdullah, another edge rusher in this class out of Louisville, is up there. You've also got Isaiah Land out of FAMU, Tallahassee, Shaka Toney out of Penn State, Hassan Reddick, who has developed into one of the better pure pass rush specialists in the league. Really similar athletic profile. But again, older prospect, shorter arms, not super productive. Again, that 11.7 pass rush win rate, not what you want. So it'll be interesting to see if the Jaguars do value Byron Young earlier than I do. Again, if you're going to land him on day 3 of the draft, go for it. I'm all in on that because you cannot coach the athleticism that he brings to the table. The ability to get to the top of the arc, flatten, and crash down on quarterbacks. Most athletes, most edge players just simply don't have that same type of ability that Byron Young does. But we'll see how it all plays out. Again, thank you so much for tuning in here to Duval Daily. Hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. Let me know what you think about Byron Young out of Tennessee. You can also drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're listening on your podcast platform of choice, please subscribe and review. Really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, Duval, and have a great rest of your Tuesday.